The Albert Park Grand Prix Circuit in Melbourne, Australia is one of the most iconic season-opening venues in modern Formula One. Located around Albert Park Lake in the city of Melbourne, this semi-permanent street-style circuit has hosted the Australian Grand Prix since 1996 after the race moved from Adelaide. The track combines public roads with permanent sections, creating a fast but technical layout that drivers respect and fans love for its unpredictable action. Track overview: length 5,278 km, race distance 124 km, DRS zones typically 3 lap record Vunton 19.813 by Charles Leclerc. Albert Park is known for high speed flowing corners mixed with heavy braking zones. Although it looks like a street circuit, it behaves more like a traditional track because it is wide and smooth. After major modifications in 2022, several corners were reprofiled to improve overtaking, including the removal of the old chicane at turns 9 and 10, making the circuit faster and more flowing. How many deaths have happened at Albert Park? In official Formula One race history at Albert Park since 1996, there have been 0 driver fatalities during a Formula One Grand Prix weekend. This is a very important statistic. Despite several dramatic crashes over the years, modern safety standards introduced by the FIA, including the halo device, advanced barriers, and improved car structures, have prevented fatal outcomes. However, historically at the original Albert Park layout before F1 moved there were fatalities in motorcycle and lower category racing. But in the modern F1 era at Albert Park, no F1 driver has died at this circuit. Major crashes and incidents. Albert Park has seen some huge accidents that shocked fans worldwide. For 2002, the massive Turn 1 crash involving Ralf Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello. Barrichello's Ferrari flew into the air after contact, causing a multi-car pileup. Miraculously, no serious injuries occurred at 2016. Fernando Alonso's terrifying crash after colliding with Esteban Gutierrez. Alonso's McLaren flipped and was destroyed, but he walked away thanks to modern safety. Le 2023 multiple red flags and chaotic restarts, including a dramatic final lap restart crash involving several drivers. These incidents prove how dangerous racing can be, but also highlight how far F1 safety has progressed. Most successful drivers at Albert Park: Michael Schumacher, 4 wins. The Ferrari legend dominated early years at this circuit, winning in 2000, 2002, and 2004. His consistency made Albert Park a stronghold during Ferrari's golden era. Jenson Button, 3 wins. Button mastered tricky changing conditions, winning in 2009 and 2012. Sebastian Vettel, 3 wins. Vettel was strong during the Red Bull era and also claimed victory in 2017 with Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton, 2 wins. Although Hamilton has many pole positions in Melbourne, race wins were harder to convert. He won in 2008 and 2015. Charles Leclerc, 2 wins. Leclerc dominated the 2022 Australian Grand Prix weekend and secured another victory in 2024, setting the race lap record. Other notable winners include Kimi Raikkonen, Nico Rosberg, Valtteri Bottas, Mark Webber, and Daniel Ricciardo. How many drivers have won at Albert Park? Since 1996, more than 10 different drivers have won at the Albert Park circuit. This shows the track does not belong to just one era or one team. Different regulation changes have allowed Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull, Brawn GP, and others to succeed here. How many drivers have lost or retired here? Albert Park is famous for high retirement rates, especially because it often opens the season. In many races, over 30% of the grid has failed to finish due to crashes, mechanical failures, or strategy mistakes. For example, the 2008 only 7 cars finished the race, the 2023 multiple DNFs due to late race chaos. Over the full history since 1996, hundreds of retirements have occurred collectively, averaging around 6-8 DNFs per race in early years and slightly fewer in modern hybrid eras due to improved reliability. Why Albert Park is special in modern F1. Season opener drama. Traditionally, this race opened the F1 season, meaning teams arrived with new cars and unknown performance levels. Unpredictable weather. Melbourne weather can change quickly, creating strategic chaos. High-speed layout. After 2022 changes, average speeds increased significantly, making it one of the fastest semi-street circuits. Overtaking improvements, new DRS zones and track modifications have increased wheel-to-wheel battles. Recent trends in F1 news around Albert Park. The 2022 layout changes increased overtaking and lap speed. The 2023 record attendance, over 440,000 fans attended across the weekend, making it one of the biggest sporting events in Australian history. The 2024 Ferrari resurgence, Charles Leclerc's dominant performance signaled Ferrari's strong comeback form. The 2025 and beyond, with regulation stability and growing fan base in Asia Pacific, Albert Park remains locked in as a major calendar highlight. Safety evolution at Albert Park. Modern F1 safety features include, for halo cockpit protection, advanced Tech Pro barriers. We improved medical response time. For stronger survival cells, these improvements are the reason there have been 0 F1 fatalities at this venue despite several massive crashes. Final verdict: Albert Park Grand Prix Circuit is one of Formula One's most beloved tracks. Since joining the calendar in 1996, it has delivered drama, championship momentum swings, legendary victories, and unforgettable crashes, but thankfully no F1 driver deaths. With multiple world champions winning here, high DNF rates in early seasons, record-breaking attendance, and continuous track upgrades, Melbourne remains one of the most important races in the Formula One calendar. As F1 enters new regulation eras and teams like Ferrari, Red Bull, and Mercedes continue their battles, Albert Park will keep producing headline moments that shape championship stories.